It's 10,000 years since Scotland's first encampment in Cramond, when the house at Barns Ness became our first built environment in 8000 BC. So I'll endeavour to cover those 10,000 years in 4 minutes. Presiding Officer, I think it might be a difficult task today. Can I say, as a member of the Education and Culture Committee, it's been an absolute pleasure to be involved and participate in this bill process. It's given me an opportunity to engage with some of the most knowledgeable, enthusiastic and passionate people and organisations who work in this fascinating sector. And I pay tribute again to the stakeholders at Historic Scotland and RCAHMS who showed us their works and their hopes for HES. And also can I pay tribute to our clerks, to the government officials, to our convener and to the other members of the committee in their deliberations over the bill. I have to also highlight again the very informative committee visit to Orkney, where participants from Historic Scotland, Scottish Natural Heritage, the local authority archaeologists came together to help the committee with their deliberations and help us understand their working practices. It was an excellent visit and provided a great example of partnership and collaboration that the Cabinet Secretary has mentioned is the ambition for moving forward for HES. Our environment is precious, our historic environment and buildings so important to who we are as a nation and to our journey to this point. We had a poignant and very sad example of how precarious that heritage can be and how devastating it can be when we lose it, because of course the fire at the Glasgow School of Art happened while we were deliberating over the bill, and we all mourned the loss of the Mackintosh Library. So I believe that this bill and the supporting strategy is the way forward for us to protect and preserve as best we can for future generations. Scotland's historic environment is a vital resource, both cultural, social, but also in economic terms. Historic Environment Bill proposes the merger of Historic Scotland and RCAHMS, bringing together these two organisations so that Scotland's historic environment can continue to be a vital resource informing our culture, our social, our economic terms, and that it should deliver great benefits for our communities. There was very strong consensus during the committee process among our members, and I was very glad to see that that continued, albeit with some amendments today that weren't passed, but I believe that the consensus that has been shown across this chamber is a very great tribute to the deliberations of the committee. The creation of a new national body for the historic environment will ensure the long-term effectiveness in the face of current and future challenges. It will sustain the functions of both Historic Scotland and RCAHMS, ensuring that both organisations can deliver maximum public benefits and be resilient for the future. It will provide clarity of governance, striking the right balance, I believe, between professional, operational, independent and public accountability. It will improve and simplify the delivery of public services and capitalise on the strengths of both organisations and the synergies between them. Very little time, Presiding Officer, but can I just highlight how glad I was to hear the Cabinet Secretary talk about the skills required in maintaining the future of our historic environment, and I trust that HES will go on to continue to have a modern apprenticeship programme and the skills required for stonemasonry and joinery in these very, very specialist areas. Historic Environment Scotland will act as a key partner in the delivery of the new strategy, our place and time. I would love to be able to talk about the key points of that. I've run out of time, Presiding Officer, but thank you very much for the opportunity this afternoon, and I look forward to voting for this very important bill later this evening.